In this video, I'm going to teach you the crazy facts that I have learned about dopamine and how it is affecting your life. So, what is dopamine? Well, dopamine is a neuromodulator. It is often referred to as the reward system, and so this gives us our feelings of motivation and pleasure. And so we can either get our dopamine from bad sources like scrolling in video games, or we can get them from good sources like going out, hanging out with friends, reading books, taking cold showers, and things like that. Number one, the rat experiment. So researchers took a bunch of rats and they trained them that when they pull a lever, that food would be dispensed. And then they took half of those rats and they chemically removed the dopamine from the rats' brains. And then they put these rats in separate enclosures. And so the rats who had intact dopamine, when they were hungry, they would go and they'd pull the lever and get the food and eat it. But the rats that did not have the dopamine, whose dopamine was chemically removed, when they were hungry, they would not go pull the lever, even if they were starving, and they would only eat when researchers would put the food in their mouth. So what this shows us is that dopamine is essential for motivation. Number two, so researchers took a group of people and analyzed their baseline dopamine, which is just the natural levels of dopamine, the resting dopamine. And they found that people with a higher level of baseline dopamine were more likely to do the hard task and more likely to think of how it would benefit them. And they also found that people with a lower baseline dopamine were going to be more sensitive to how hard the task would be and how much it would cost. So this also shows us that you need to have high levels of natural dopamine to be able to really have motivation to do tasks you don't want to do. So one of the greatest ways you can get a natural boost to your dopamine is by taking a cold shower, which gives you a 250% increase in dopamine. And for context, video games only give you a 175% increase. Sugar gives you a 150% increase, and scrolling only gives you a 50% increase in dopamine. So cold showers give you so much more dopamine than any of those bad habits. And so how you take a cold shower is you, at the end of your shower, you just turn it to where it feels a little bit cool and progressively make it colder and colder until eventually you can take your entire shower as cold as the water goes. And remember, you won't become great if you only do the hard work when you feel like it.